Here's why focusing too much on productivity will keep you stuck at $2 million. I was looking at the financials of a structural engineering firm that had been stagnant around $2 million in revenue for the last few years. The owner wanted senior project managers to help the firm grow. The goal is to bring in more work, build more client relationships, and eventually get to around $250 a month in new contracts. But the senior staff kept saying the same thing. We can't take on more work. We're too busy. And the junior staff, well, they're just not producing enough. At first, this looks like a productivity problem, but it wasn't. It was actually a delegation problem. So here's what's going on. Senior engineers with 20 years of experience were still doing entry-level drafting work because, in their words, it's just easier to do it myself than to teach someone. And part of the problem was the KPIs. See, when leadership was pushing productivity so hard that senior staff were trying to maximize their own billable output, even if that meant doing work that they should have never been doing in the first place. So yes, they looked productive, and they were, but they were productive in the wrong work. They were protecting their individual KPI while sabotaging the company's long-term growth. So we had to make a change. Instead of only measuring how much work the senior staff personally completed, we created a KPI around how much work they successfully moved down to junior engineers. And it was pretty simple. Senior staff could only account for 25% of the budget on any project. The other 75% had to be pushed down, trained, reviewed, and developed through the junior team. Was that less efficient in the short term? Of course it was. And that's actually the main reason why so many business owners are over-reliant, or so many businesses are over-reliant on the business owner. Teaching is slower than doing. Reviewing is slower than fixing it yourself. But long term, this is how you build capacity. This is how junior employees get faster. This is how senior staff become true leaders instead of just expensive bottlenecks. And that is how the company grows without every new project depending on the same 2 or 3 senior people. So if your highly paid senior staff are doing low-level technical tasks, don't just ask, are they productive? Of course they are. Ask a better question. Are they creating productivity in other people? Because if they aren't, you don't have a firm that's scalable. You just have an expensive senior employees doing junior level work and thinking it's productive.